Welcome to Back and Forth Sports. And today we're speaking Ravens Bills. This is Lebney, your host. Introduce yourself, Julius.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Back and Forth Sports. Your co-host Julius. Once again, shout out to the boy Lev putting this show on, holding everything down. We're here to talk about his team, one of the hot teams out there, the Ravens today. Can't wait for this episode. We got some special things going on. Go ahead and let us know what's up.
And we have a special guest. Please introduce yourself, shout out your channels, and thank you for coming on.
It's your boy Dopeo Loco, you know what I'm saying? Raven Fanatic, you know what I'm saying? Shout out Flock Nation. You can check me out at TikTok if we ain't banned. You know what I'm saying? Still pushing. I'm at Dopeo Loco on TikTok, you know what I'm saying? That's my main platform at the moment. I ain't doing nothing else.
Thank you. And today, main topic is Ravens Bills. It might be the biggest game of the year. It might be the biggest game of the decade because we got two quarterbacks trying to be the best quarterback right now. So they want to take over Mahomes. But in order to beat Mahomes, you got to win this game. And in order to be the best, you got to beat the best. And one side, we got our two-time MVP, Lamar Jackson and the Ravens. In the other side, you might have the best player in the league, some people say, in the future MVP, Josh Allen. In my books, we already know who our MVP is, but we're going to leave it up to the people and we're going to talk about it. But Julius, let's start it off. Go ahead. I'll let you start it off this time. What questions you have for us?
Well, I think we'll be able to jump into the MVP debate maybe a little bit later in the episode. But to be honest, y'all, I'm so excited about this game. I really want to jump right into it. So for y'all Ravens fans here with me in the chat, I really want to know, is this game more important to Lamar Jackson or to Josh Allen?
I'll let you answer first, brother.
Honestly, we know it's Lamar. It's Lamar. So many people is doubting for one, he can go the distance. That's the main thing. Can you go through all this hardship and then go through a rival? Josh been a rival forever. It ain't like this something new. You know what I'm saying? And I ain't gonna lie. We came up short in the past. We have. It's cool. It's cool. But now this a whole different monster, Lamar. So at the end of the day, he has no excuses. That's why it's imperative that Lamar does this. It's him. That's who it matters the most to, Lamar. To me. Not taking any Josh Allen is I'm gonna say this too before we get started, because I'm gonna go in on Josh, but I'm gonna put this on wax. I respect him. He's an awesome quarterback, and he is, if anything, next to Lamar in the MVP race, but we know it's Lamar.
For me, it's both of them. It's the most important game of both of them career. I don't want to hear about who's MVP. I don't want to hear about who had the better regular season because in the end of the day, I just don't care.
So that's the code. You will take the code. You will be cool with the code. You will be like they can both have it. Basically, that's what you tell me.
What I'm saying is I don't care who wins because you got to win the Super Bowl. I don't care if Lamar gets 5 MVPs and doesn't get a Super Bowl, and I don't care if Josh Allen gets 6 and doesn't get into the Super Bowl. Because in the end of the day, if you want to be the best, you got to win it all. And you can't be the best quarterback in the league if you don't have a Super Bowl ring.
Facts.
So if Josh Allen doesn't have an MVP yet. So let's say Josh Allen loses this game but wins MVP. That doesn't up his legacy a little bit? That doesn't kind of give him a little bit more? Because Lamar already has 2. You know, we got the MVP.
But that's crazy that we keep making excuses for Josh. No, that's not okay. Even though I want Lamar to go, I mean, we can't keep making excuses for Josh. Like he just said, the goal is to win it all. So making excuses just because, you get the MVP is cool, which we have seen it before. It just happened to Lamar last year, correct? Like, got sent home, didn't win it all, but you MVP of the whole league. Sometimes I don't get it's the separation of the two. Does it matter to be the MVP of the league and win it all, or does it not matter? Just you was the MVP and that's cool. You didn't win it all. Like what is the point of being the MVP of the entire league and you don't win it all? It's like the separation of like greatness. It's like, one quarterback was the best in the league, but the other quarterback won the whole it's getting to the point where it's confusing. So I would say, yeah, it'll be cool if Lamar can win the MVP and win the Super Bowl. That would make more sense, but it's gonna be voter fatigue. We know this.
And like I said, I think it's going to be co-MVP. I've said it many times, but in the end of the
That's
day, I don't.
disgusting. I can't stand it. It's
I think he's,
But
I
disgusting.
think he's
No.
right.
it's not
They
my
both
opinion. It's not what
respect.
I would do. We
I feel
have
like
to
I
think
would
about
respect
what
it.
the
I
yeah
think I respect.
is what the voters
They
would do.
both have. They
I'm
both
saying, I'm
have.
saying, I'm saying, all right, put it like this. At the end of the day, this if we didn't have this defining game and the season ended right now, who would really deserve the MVP? Who
See, I
will
think.
really deserve it? Even if you go off stats, situations, and I'm tired. Don't give me this. I swear, if I hear Josh Allen had to pull a whole team by himself, when you got James Cook, you got Shakir, you got oh my God, you Kincaid, you got so many people that didn't help you, and that's really good players that's underrated. I don't want to hear nothing about. They both awesome teams. It's just about them two right there. If they ended everything right now, who really deserves it out of them two?
So listen, I'm gonna advocate for Josh a little bit and maybe try to make some different arguments for it because I see compelling cases for both sides. And I think if we're looking specifically at the Bills in particular, I don't think this defense is as good. We watched his best wide receiver walk away and go to another team, right?
We gonna keep living on Diggs, so we
I
gonna
don't think.
keep acting like Joshua and carrying Diggs too, because
See, I
Diggs
think
been what has he done since he left?
a,
Nothing.
a big part of this game could be if Zay Flowers plays or not, because I feel like that could even the playing field a little bit. But let's be honest, Josh don't have no Zay Flowers on his team. Yeah, James Cook is James Cook. Their
What
run
is
game's been
Shakir?
good.
Oh my God, what is
Shakir is
Shakir?
no
What is
Shakir is
Shakir? Is we acting? Are we gonna sit here and act like Shakir is not a top tier? He is the one of the most underrated players over there.
underrated, sure, but we all know Zay Flowers is a true number one. I don't know if Josh has a true number one.
I
If
would
I'm being
argue
honest.
Bateman number one, Batman number one too. We
Oh,
got more. We
don't
got
get me
plenty of
started.
weapons. I'm not taking that away.
Lev already knows how I feel about this. Don't get me started. Bateman is a wide receiver 3 at best.
Oh, what? Whoa. The blasphemy would not stand, okay? The blasphemy would not. That is Batman, okay? He is
At
a
best.
he is a player. He comes to take you in the middle of the night. You don't understand. That's what you don't understand. That's why he Batman. You gotta understand it. Don't disrespect him like that.
Man,
Three,
I think
three. Are we serious? Three. Lamar said it himself, bro. Come on now. When Lamar said, you know it's legit. Come on, man.
I feel like you always gonna back your players, but if I look at rosters in the NFL, like teams with good receiving cores, Bateman's a 2 sometimes. He's a 3 most times. I don't know if there's any team he's a wide receiver 1 on. I don't. Off the top of my head, maybe the Bills.
Oh, that's no. All right, okay. I'm gonna just sit back and let Bay speak for itself. You know what I'm saying? This postseason gonna be his time to shine. This year was his time to shine, but this postseason definitely is gonna be a time for the disrespect you doing. He gonna show you, man.
I think that could even the playing field a little bit more, though. Because just to go back to analyzing the Bills, I think that's why people are hopping on the Josh Allen hype. I think his situation is not as good as situations in the past, yet he was still the number 2 seed, still one of the top teams in the AFC. And I just got to take that into consideration.
Yeah, okay. That wise on paper, yes, because it's stuff missing, but we gonna keep. I understand. I ain't gonna argue.
What you think, Lev? What's going on over there?
Lamar Jackson did numbers that no one have ever done and not won the MVP. For me, it's that simple. It's based on the numbers. It's based on looking at him with my own eyes. Lamar Jackson does things no one else can do.
And let's be honest. Be honest. He has defied all previous records and stats when he has won MVP. This year, he has
Yes.
surpassed them all on another level, and we not even gonna bring up the records he then broke. In number one in history. Are we not? We gonna understand this the number one Russian quarterback in history at this moment. We witness history, people. Come on, man. This is crazy. Let's get man. All
For
right.
me, it is history. It's things that Lamar have done that we've never seen in our life, and it just comes down to people don't want to. don't want to give it to him because they don't want to see a 3-time MVP. That's what I think is going to come down to. I think it might be a co MVP because they're going to try to say, oh, both quarterbacks played well, blah, blah, blah. And that's what I think is going to happen. But at the
I'm
end of the
saying,
day,
answer me this: if he wins a Super Bowl, would you think it still be a problem him getting a third one? Even if he don't get
no,
it this year, maybe
No,
next.
but only if
no.
he wins though. I think if he gets the third, like let's say he gets the third MVP, and then you go out and lose this game, oh, all hell breaks loose. Everybody's thrashing the choice. Everybody says Josh
If,
Allen.
if,
Even if his stats are better, you can't win MVP, lose this game, or even lose the next game. Like I think it would
if,
be MVP, Super Bowl, or bust. Like you need both.
yes, if Lamar wins MVP and Josh Allen goes on and win the Super Bowl, we will never hear the end of
Never
it.
hear the end of it.
No,
Never.
that's
Never.
crucifixion. That's what they waiting to do. Crucify Lamar. Like
I
literally,
think
that's
so.
where the crucifixion come from. Cause you had no choice. Come on, like Lamar is nah. This is go all break all moment right here. And yeah, it's really devastating. Yeah.
I think that's where I agree with you the most because I remember all the scrutiny, right? When he's getting drafted, everybody says he should be a running back. This dude's not even a quarterback. Then after the Deshaun Watson ugly contract, we had a whole 31 teams didn't hit up. Nobody wanted Lamar. That's kind of crazy to me
Which
to
is
say.
crazy to this moment. Like to
Crazy.
this day is like, man. And I know John Harbaugh will sit there and be like, oh, I'm glad, like happy, like
Right. Right.
like what they did, and just was like they just because they just broke down. They didn't. They just gave up and just was like they gave in. They had no choice. It was like Lamar won in that one.
And I think it is crazy. You cannot tell me there's 31 teams out there that did not need Lamar Jackson. Julius is a Raiders
Yeah, I'm
fan.
a Raiders fan. We needed Lamar Jackson. I was we should have got him
Y'all
the
was about
phone.
to have Shadur Sanders.
Man, we're gonna focus on the Ravens today. I don't know if I want to get into it, man. I don't even know if I want to get
Julius
into it
made a
today,
really sad Raiders fan.
bro.
We did an episode about him loving his coach, and then the next day his coach got fired.
Hey, but don't you got like the number one tight end rookie or something?
Oh
Didn't
yeah, oh
something
yeah.
like that? Y'all still had a little glimmer of hope in that.
See that's how you know it's bad, bro. When the highlight of our season is our rookie tight end going off, like we just like no of course, like Brock Bowers is a beast. I wouldn't have wanted to draft anybody else after the
Yeah,
season he
yeah.
had,
Didn't he
but
get all pro too? He
he
got
did.
all pro.
Only rookie all pro.
He broke the
The
record for
catch
more
record.
points.
Yeah,
Yeah,
for
yeah, yeah, yeah.
receivers.
He's shining over there though, man. It's good.
Man,
But
shout out to
okay,
him.
okay. What's your next question, man? About my flock, man. About the Ravens, man. In this Bills game, it's got to. It's this a delicate subject, but we gonna keep pushing.
No, I feel it. I feel it. I really want to get into what I think is one of like the crucial things of playoff time, and it's the run game. And I've actually seen some debates on both sides. And so, whose run game is going to have a bigger impact in this game, and why?
Um, it's on me. You want me to go? You want me to go?
Hey,
Because
You,
this
whoever
one
you
right
can
here
wants
is
go,
to.
fun.
brother.
This one fun right here because at the end of the day, I've been preaching, kind of like yelling about the Bills run game a little bit, like it slept on. Like that's one of the
I
most things
agree.
I'm worried about. James Cook getting underestimated and taken off. You know what I'm saying?
I
And
agree.
even Josh seeming like he can scramble. He's a huge target back there in the backfield almost. He bigger than Cook. Like, and it's like, I'm like, ain't get him. But in the same sense, it's more of like, what are they really gonna do with 22, man? What can we be honest? Even with what they Milano, everybody that's coming back. And then y'all steady the Bills fans steady talking about the weather. Okay, cool. It's cold. What y'all gonna do when he don't care about the cold and the heat? He hit you so hard you don't feel your right arm. What is y'all finna do? Cause I'm saying though, this is Derrick Henry. Regardless of what we say, they gonna do what they added. This is Derrick Henry. Even if you stop him a good 3-4 times, every time you didn't stop him, he didn't ran into you. You felt like you got hit by a brick wall. So he gonna wear you down eventually. So when it comes to the run game, I honestly know Ravens are gonna dominate in it, but it's gonna be kind of scary two with Cook back there, because he is something to worry about. You know what I'm saying? Because he fast, man. He fast, man. He ain't scared to break through. That's one thing about Cook. He is never scared to break through, and that's why I say he underestimated and he unappreciated, especially through the media. They get on my I ain't
What you think, Lev? What's going on over there?
I think the running game is going to come down to who can stop who. And if I like to look at numbers, I like to look how people play. I'm a numbers guy, right? I'm a numbers guy. The Bills play nickel
mm,
75% of the time. They play nickel against Lamar and Henry. It's going to be a long, long, long night.
I
If you
told
don't
you I
have
had a dream
linebacker,
he did 60. I had a dream he ran 60 or 70 again on the Bills, right? I'm telling you.
if you don't have if you
That's a
have
hot take right
cornerbacks,
there.
if you have cornerbacks and safeties playing linebacker, and you expect them to hit Henry, you in big trouble. Because if you look at the Bills and the way they play and the way they stop teams because they can stop the pass. That's how they stop the Broncos. You got fast linebackers out there. I would love fast linebackers if I'm playing against someone like Tom Brady or Mahomes. Yes, I would love fast linebackers. But no, I do not want a cornerback or a safety trying to tackle Derrick Henry.
He's gonna run over him. He's gonna
He's
literally
gonna
put his chest in him. What Dan Olasky say? He was like, do you not see all these in the back? And then my guy, I forgot my guy name. He had me rolling. He stood up and got mad on them boys. He told them, man, did I not just see Derrick Henry step on Patrick Queen's chest like last week? You know what I'm saying?
I didn't
Like
even see that clip. I don't know what you're talking about. I gotta watch it.
I got it. It ain't first take. It wasn't first take because it wasn't
Is it
Stephen A.
is
them.
it
I got
Ryan
to.
Clark? That's who you talking about? Is that who said that? Ryan Clark? Because I know
No,
he's
Ryan
oh,
Clark was on. He was there. Ryan
oh he
Clark was
was
there,
there
but
with
it
it.
wasn't him
Okay,
that said
okay.
it. It was somebody else that said it was funny. Actually Ryan Clark started laughing. He started laughing when he said that. Matter of fact, but yeah, it's like honestly, what can they possibly do with them little people? And I ain't even gonna say they little, but they ain't big enough to stop Derrick Henry.
they can't play nickel. If they play nickel and they try to do that most of the game, they're in trouble. They're gonna have to try to do something else. And then when you come down to the Ravens, I think the Ravens defense is underrated. Everyone want to talk about how
Thank you.
everyone want to talk about how the Bills this and the Bills that. The Bills are healthy now. That the Bills got the right receivers back. What about we talk about when the Ravens played the Bills? Kyle Hamilton wasn't even playing safety. The Ravens were the 30th defense in the league. And if you look at the last 2 weeks, they changed two things. They put their cornerbacks at safety. You put Kyle Hamilton as the free safety, and you allow him to do what he needs to do. Everything changed. They're the number one defense now since 6 weeks ago. And
Can
Kyle
we give him
Hamilton is
some?
he's not afraid of going down to there and hit someone. He's not afraid of blitzing. He's not that guy is for me he's the best safety in the league. No questions about it.
Oh wow, hot take, Lev.
Preach.
Hot take,
Preach. The way
Lev.
you just did that was so elegant. I appreciate you for respecting the beast Kaham. Okay? Can we understand this man is a lethal weapon in that defense, bro? Like I don't want to just because I forgot to shout him out in one of my videos I did on TikTok. Can we show some love to my boy
Shout him
Van Noy
out.
too?
Shout
Van
him
Noy.
out. Show him that
Van
love.
Noy. Van Noy is the heart. Okay, he is like the heart. Regardless what anybody say, it's like his energy to defense and offense. Cause I be watching, behind, you know what I'm saying? And it's just like that man right there. Long as he on game, we good. And don't forget he's a Super Bowl winner. You know what I'm saying? That's a Super Bowl real winner. He played with the best, the GOAT, Tom Brady. We to forget that? Do we forget that Lamar got a Tom Brady, warrior with him to help him understand what it takes to be great? It's a whole nother level right now. People don't ain't paying attention to the dots, man. On the cool,
And
they
then
don't
one
line it
side
up.
And the other side, you have Marlon Humphreys. People forget about Humphreys, but they switched him to safety too, and the game just changed. We went from being the last defense to number one, but people don't like to talk about numbers. Let's pick numbers. Let's talk about the stats.
Can you tell me? What's Buffalo in rush defense right now? Ain't they like 14 or 16 or something
They're
like
in the
this?
middle of the pack.
In the middle of the pack. I'd have to look up exactly what they are, but it's nothing crazy. It's nothing.
It's just what I'm saying. I'm like, if we going off numbers, I know what are we in rushing offense.
I have a question for Julius.
Number one, everything in offense.
Yeah, I have a question for Julius.
What's up? I'm ready.
If Watt couldn't stop us, what are the Bills gonna do? They don't have Watt. They don't have a D line that the Steelers had.
Let me say this. I like what both of you guys said because two of the main arguments that I've been seeing is the same things. We could address it a little bit. We're talking about the cold, and then we're talking about the Bills running their nickel. They like to put a lot of small guys, 5, corners and safeties, which I think is why y'all blew them out in the regular season because that was working for them. They tried that strategy, see if it was going to work, and then obviously the result is 35-10. I personally don't think the cold matters when both teams have such an effective run game, right? So people can throw that argument out the window. I think it's trash. Maybe if we were talking about, Joe Burrow or Stafford or one of these teams that like to air the ball out as their main game plan, sure, I could see
pocket users.
Right. I could see the weather playing more of an impact, but teams being so run dependent in this matchup or can be run dependent, I don't know if that's going to be much of an impact on Baltimore. But I will say this. People forget that we're saving our guys and our ammo for the playoff time. Von Miller doesn't start on this Buffalo Bills team, and that's why they run that nickel. So we don't think that we see the adjustment of Von Miller with Ed Oliver, with Milano, with those guys. If that adjustment comes, I think that can be a much better matchup than people are giving the Bills credit for, and that could be why this could end up being a close game, close matchup. I don't think they're going to neutralize the run, but putting Von Miller in there will definitely make a difference. And he's ready. He's been rested, healthy all season. They haven't put him in for much snaps. This is step-up time. He's going to be ready to step up, I promise.
I got a question, though, with it. On top of that, on the cool. What was Houston running? What was Houston running in the previous game?
Are you talking about like their defensive
set? Defense.
They're in a 4-3. They have 2 corners. They probably don't run nickel as much as the Bills do, to be honest.
I'm saying, and then what they rank in defense?
The Texans?
Mm-hmm. The Texans. They rank in defense.
Man, they were going up and down because at the beginning of the season, they were near the top of the ranks. And that's why everybody said that they were going to be trash in the playoffs because defensively, they took a huge slide. So probably same thing, middle of the pack. But you wouldn't have guessed that by watching the game with how
that's what I'm saying. In the postseason, they didn't show. I'm talking about promise.
Right.
Defense
right.
Showing promise, correct?
Not
so
correct.
I'm just saying though, unless that was just an off game for them, we destroyed them. We destroyed their defense that had promise, more promise than I feel like the Bills' defense at the moment. You know what I'm saying? So what I'm saying on that level is, regardless of how the Bills feel, whatever adjustments they make, whatever they're preparing for, they can't prepare for a good day for Lamar. They can't prepare for a good day for Derrick Henry. Because you cannot prepare to get hit by a freight train. I don't care how you adjust whatever you think formation, whatever. I don't see what you gonna do. You can try to clog up anything you want to. We just gonna clear it out. We gonna clear it out. Our O-line is ridiculous. We talking about 300-pound behemoths.
Oh, it is.
Monsters.
And do not forget about the best safety in the league, Patrick Richard. Do not forget about him. He's just throwing it out there.
Oh man, see y'all talking like
sorry.
This game finna be a blowout or something. Let's get some scores.
I wouldn't be surprised. Would you be surprised if this was a blowout? Well, I don't
absolutely.
What?
See, because to me, I feel like, let me be honest, I don't know if I've seen Josh Allen play poorly in a big game. I don't know if I can recall a time. And so I think that's why people always say, well, why doesn't Josh Allen get as much slack as Lamar or some of these other guys that don't win, this, that, and the third? He hasn't beat the Chiefs either. Okay, I understand that. But I didn't see Lamar have a good game against the Chiefs last year when they played in that AFC Championship. Lamar was probably one of the huge reasons as to why they lost. But then we see Josh Allen go up against the Bills, and it's an overtime thriller. They lose because they don't get the ball in overtime, and Josh Allen has an amazing game rushing, amazing game passing. So I don't think he's not going to show up, which is why I think it'll be a close game. Y'all can't blow out the Bills if Allen is doing what Allen does.
All right, now look. On that note, I don't expect Josh Allen to ever have a bad game. Let's get this understood. I don't ever expect Josh Allen to have a bad game, but I do expect my defense to give him
Have a good game? Okay.
to give him hell and make it a bad game for him. I don't expect Josh Allen to ever come out and have a bad game, but we will make it a bad game for him. That's the whole point on the cool.
I think you're hitting on the point. When teams give Lamar Jackson hell, we've seen him have trash playoff games. We have. There have been games where we say this guy doesn't show up. Where is he at? Where's the MVP at? And we haven't had to ask that about Josh Allen. Win, lose, or draw, he will show up. He's going to show up this game. That's why it's going to be a close game. We had the argument last podcast. Everybody commented on, are they going to hold them to 10 points again, 14 points? No way. I guarantee it. Both teams, man, whatever the over is, I'm smashing it. Both teams are going to score a lot of points in this game.
Before we move on, I just want to say this. Okay, previous playoff appearances for Lamar has always been on Lamar. He has never had a balanced, full around team where it's like everybody can play a part. Everybody's a superstar on this team. I don't care down to the kicker. We know JT is the GOAT. Right. Listen to me. Okay, we gotta understand this. It's more balanced than it ever has been. And Lamar is not on Lamar. It's with Lamar. It's with Derek. It's Rick Ricard. It's with Justice Hill. It's with everybody together at this point right now. That's how we gonna win. Cause it's a team game. It takes the team to win it. You know what I'm saying? So this the difference. That's why I feel like it's the difference on the cool. It ain't even if we putting it all on Lamar at this moment, he don't feel like it's all on him. He feel like he's surrounded by people that want it much as he do. That's gonna do what's necessary to get it, and he comfortable with them. He happy to do it with them. He calling people Lightning McQueen and shit, man. They having fun, man, over there.
He said, come on, me Lightning. I don't even want to be Derek anymore. He said, I'm Lightning now.
No, he called me Derek. Called me McQueen.
Hey, I do want to ask y'all this because you just touched on it, and I saw Lev throwing up his jersey and whatnot. The first playoff game, we didn't see Tucker have to make a big kick or kick any field goals at all. With the season that Justin Tucker had, are y'all nervous about it?
Here we go.
Are y'all nervous? I'm just asking.
Here we go.
I'm not saying
it's like people be wanting shit. Be wanting stuff to happen. Be wanting, man. Oh my God. That's like the interview when they asked Lamar about the interceptions. Like, you ain't had no, why is you bringing that up? No, he's gonna be great.
He's gonna be great.
He gonna be great. We don't want to hear that negative. We trust in JT, man. JT is the GOAT, man.
Game on the line, season on the line. I'm still putting my house on Justin Tucker. Look at Justin Tucker's career. Rookie year, game on the line against the Patriots. To send Tom Brady home, goodbye. He's done it. Who got the longest kick ever? JT. Who had the best percentage for years and years? JT. Who had the best percentage before this year in 60 yarders or longer? JT. Who had the most kicks over 60 yards? JT. Do I have to keep going?
And hey, I know this is old, but hey, anybody that was here that was there when you was talking about Boswell, did you hear that? I can't stand y'all. Oh, it just felt good to hear him say that. Boswell could never. Okay, I know that's old. I know that when I had to say that. I had to say that. That's good. Yeah, I owed them that.
So I'm going to talk about Justin Tucker a little bit because if people didn't know, I love my kickers. I was a kicker myself. So I like to talk about my kickers, right? Justin Tucker, before the bye week, was having a horrible season, right? You look at the rotation of the ball. You look how he was kicking the ball. You were looking how the punter was holding it, and everything was affecting him. He wasn't good. I'm not gonna lie to you and say he was good. And inside information, I got information that they were looking at kickers to draft next year. How bad he was doing. And I probably shouldn't be saying this because I might get in trouble by my inside information, but that's the truth.
I
But
didn't know. I did not know that, bro.
if you look at the way he kicked after the bye week, you know what I heard from my inside information during the bye week? It was raining, Tucker was outside kicking. It was snowing, Tucker was outside kicking. The team was practicing inside in the building. Guess where Tucker was? Outside kicking the ball.
Mamba mentality. We there.
Everyone was inside in the warm weather. Tucker said, no. Holder, punter, we're going outside. We got things to work on. He knew himself. He knew what was going on. And I won't answer it. I'll let you guys answer it. Have Tucker missed a kick since the bye week?
No, you don't.
So,
I would never. No.
people don't like to talk about that. People just want to talk before the bye week. What about after the bye week? He haven't missed a 50-yard field goal after that. If you look at the rotation of the ball, it looks beautiful. You have to look at the little things. People don't like to look at the little things. Sometimes you can't look at the big picture. Don't look at the whole season. Look at what happened. First half of the season, yes, Tucker was having a bad season, and there's many reasons why. I can go on, and some of you guys won't understand me because you guys don't even know how to kick a 30-yard field goal if your life depended on it.
I feel like he was in his head. That's all it was. I feel like he was in his head most of the beginning of the season.
After after the bye week, he haven't missed. He haven't.
Got in each other's ass. And then they hold everybody accountable. Everybody else is not. It's not like pointing fingers. Everybody is accountable.
No.
So it's like, it's what?
They ask Lamar, are you worried about Tucker? No, he's the GOAT. I'm not worried about him.
The GOAT.
Why would I worry about Tucker? I would be worried if Tucker wasn't outside practicing. I would be worried if Tucker wasn't doing what he was doing. But guess what? Tucker knew he fucked up. He knew if he didn't fix it, his career could be over. And he said, let me put it in my own hands. Let me see what's going on. And he fixed it. And if you want to talk about clutchness, let's talk about both kickers. Bass is the reason why Buffalo went home last year. Allen had an 80-yard, like a 60-yard drive. He missed a 43-yard field goal to tie the game. Bass sent them home. Bass is not clutch. In the playoffs, Bass has missed over and over and over again.
Was that a divisional game?
That was the divisional game last year. Chiefs versus the Bills.
Okay.
They were down by 3. Allen did what he needed to do, and guess who didn't? Bass. You guys want to talk how Bass is the best kicker? How Bass is better than Tucker? How Bass is clutch? In the playoffs, I don't see clutch numbers. Let's talk about playoff numbers. Let's talk about numbers. Bass almost got fired. Buffalo, you wanted him out last year. You wanted him out. In my comments, you told me, Leb, what do you think about Bass? Should we fire him? Should we draft a kicker? And now you're in my comments saying he's better than Tucker. I don't understand it. I just don't.
Bill Mafia, you be flip-flopping. It's
recency bias. You know, everybody only likes to talk about and even though you're right with the numbers, Tucker has improved, and since the bye week, you're saying this, but we've never seen anything like this from Tucker before. They got to say something, Lev. Let the people say something, man. They like to go back and forth, man. Let them say something.
That's crazy that we can't sit here and be honest with ourselves. Like we never ever questioned Tucker. Everybody else did. Okay?
Right.
Everybody else did. And as far as that inside, probably that trade, it probably was just DaCosta being nervous, trying to make sure he covered it. He dotted his I and crossed his T's. It was never Harbaugh. Harbaugh never probably was like, no, we trust JT. I trust him. He got it. He got us. We don't need to worry about no. We finna finish it off. And like I said, he probably was in his head tripping, Girl was tripping at the crib, straightening probably, something was going on that we don't know
That we
about.
don't know
But
about.
they see, like right when the bye week came, we seen how our season can end, and it was two ways. We can end it with excuses and not make it to the playoffs, not even win our division,
Right.
or we can get it together, come here, show them why we deserve to be here, and also prove a fact that we can make it all the way. They had time to think about that. I'm so glad that bye week came when it came, by the way. That was one of the best. I was like, that's cool. Because we needed that. On how it was going, the momentum was up and down for us. It was kind of crazy, you know what I'm saying? Because that previous Steelers game pissed me off. I'm just telling you now. Because how we
Oh
lose
yeah,
the
that was like
kicks.
the
How we
18
lose the
16 game or something.
kicks.
Yeah.
So it was more of like, all right, we need to get this together, man, on the cool. Like, so
I
yeah,
think that was a big thing for Tucker because you ever told me we're going to lose a game based on just field goals, I'll say no, Tucker will win us that game. But the thing that people forget as Ravens fans, so even NFL leagues for years, when Tucker went out there, you know what I would do? I would go make a taco. I wasn't worried about Tucker making the kick. He was Mr. Automatic. I didn't even have to watch the TV. I could be in the background eating some ice cream, making some tacos. I wasn't worried about the best kicker in the league. He had a first bad half of the season, yes. Were they telling some scouts to look out the kickers and punters? Yes. But at the end of the day, did it bring anyone else in? No, because they knew Tucker is the guy. And then that's all I want to say about J Tuck. And if you guys are worried about J Tuck, guess what?
cook
He's
up.
gonna cook you on Sunday.
Let him cook.
Man, come on, man. Come
Hey,
on, man.
I'm a, I'm a,
This JT, bro. I don't know. I'm not worried. I'm not worried. In the cold, freezing cold, but a little snow come down on. I don't give a. It's JT. He cook.
He
man.
doesn't.
Hey, I'm gonna be honest. Everybody who knows me knows I love some confident, cocky fans showing out for their team, even slightly way delusional. So I rocks with it. Y'all good with me.
That's my word. That's my word. I'm not gonna let you on there. No, most of these Bill fans, including yourself, get a little delusional
Just a
at
little
this
bit,
point.
just a little bit. But I rock with it though. You gotta go hard for your team. I feel it, and I like that y'all are showing that same energy, not even wavering a little bit. And hopefully, I see some kicks or some pressure kicks because me, just as a football fan, I just want to see it. I just want to see it. I want to see it. Hey, but
I
for
won't
real,
lie. In order to win the Super Bowl, in order to go all the way, sooner or later, Justin Tucker is gonna have to make a pressure field goal. And I'm not worried about it. I know he's gonna get it done. It might not be about the Bills, it might be against the Chiefs, it might be in the Super Bowl. But sooner or later, Tucker's gonna show why he's the greatest of all time.
Celeb, look, bro, we're always so naturally smooth with the transitions. I think because I want to get into a little bit more what the path looks like after the Bills for the Ravens. I think we've done a good bit of synopsis of what this game could look like, what could be important. So before we move on completely, y'all been talking high, mighty, confident. I want some final scores. Throw it out there. Come on, let's see. This game ends in what final score?
You can go first, brother.
I've been leaning towards the 30s for the. So I'm gonna put it like this on the cool, because I do not want to disrespect the Bills, okay? Because I don't feel like they going out without a fight. I feel like they gonna swing. If anything, they gonna swing. They might even scratch and draw a little blood. You know what I'm saying? Why they mouth beating? You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna say I give it a good 20, 21 to 34.
All right.
21 to 34 on the cool. Cause it'll probably be looking like some if the Bills do what they've been doing, especially what they just did to the Broncos, and they come off sluggish and they allow so many mistakes and give so many first down. If they give us a little tiny opening like they gave them Broncos, man, it's over. We gonna do what we just did to the Steelers. We gonna bust them up the first half. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. And then I ain't gonna lie, the Bills is a second half team.
They
They
are.
known to come back in the second half.
They
They
are.
known to pop up and show out at that end, but at the end of the day, like I said, we got Derrick Henry. All we got to do is storm down that thing. That last good quarter, them last 10 minutes, put them out there, beat them down and end it. That's what he here for. That's what we saved him a little bit for. I know people was mad. I got mad a little bit. I'm like, run him. Why are we not running? But it's cool. We saved him for now. He gonna make it all the way to the Lombardi. The Lombardi is ours. Okay, I'm like the evil. This is the segment in the show where I turn it to the Doctor Evil. The Lombardi is ours. Okay, it is ours. We are taking it. It's no more. I wish I could have a screen where I could pull up stats and tell y'all why exactly it's ours. But I can't do that right now. But we can. I'm done.
I'm gonna say score 30-20.
Wow. So
30 to 20.
both of y'all have the Ravens winning by double digits. This is a 2-possession game.
And I can
I'm
tell
telling
you, I can tell you why.
Go ahead, come on.
The Buffalo fans are saying we're scared of the snow. I think you're scared of the snow. I think you don't want a cold game because if you can't air out the ball, you in trouble. If you're forced to run and run and run and run, that's what the Steelers did try to do, and they got stopped and stopped and stopped and stopped.
Yeah, cause Cook is great, but he ain't no Najee Harris. He ain't built like Najee, and Najee Harris is getting. What about Warren? Warren too. He a beast back there. You know what I'm saying? He didn't do nothing. They didn't allow him to do nothing. We talking about, man, James Cook. Come on
And
now,
when
you
you
gonna get
when
hit.
you
You gonna get hit. Our Darius Washington gonna probably knock him loose one good time, and it's gonna be he gonna show out, but he
he
probably
gonna
gonna
be
hit one time.
humbly.
Let me just say this. As a neutral fan, I don't think either one of these teams are going to win by double digits. And let me tell you why. Because I personally think all year these have been the best two teams in the AFC. I don't care about the record. I don't care about the refs and the zebras helping out the Chiefs and the 15-2 record and all that good stuff. When we look at the film, we look at the tape, I think both of these offenses have been some of the best in football, and both teams have that chip on their shoulder of going to play the Chiefs next weekend with a chance to host the Lombardi. And I feel like both teams are going to want this game too bad to fold and it not be up for grabs in the fourth quarter. That being said, I'm going to roll with y'all. Flock Ravens, flock. I'm going 31-27 Ravens. I think it's going to be a close game. And I'm going to say this. I think the Ravens are right. I think the Ravens are going to jump up to a little bit of a lead. So I think the Bills are going to be fighting back to get into this game. And the Ravens are going to get a big time stop to win this game. This isn't going to be a game-winning touchdown, a game-winning field goal. I think Josh Allen might have the ball in his hands, and that defense is going to step up and say, Lamar, we got y'all. Y'all carrying us. Y'all doing the best offensive numbers some of the NFL has ever seen. Put it on us. We going to stop Superman on the other side. Give me 31-27.
We finally found the kryptonite, and it ain't green. It's purple.
It's right.
It's purple. It's purple. Okay, it's purple.
Look.
That's what's, man. Come on.
And just to throw it out there, was Derrick Henry a little bit tired? Don't worry, we have somebody else. We don't only have
Justice
one running
Hill.
back. Let them know. Let the people know.
Okay, look here. Justice Hill is a force of nature that nobody pays attention to the last moment. Let's get this understood. When he come through, I don't understand why people haven't recognized he faster than Derek, but he is tough as Derek.
Oh yeah.
So I mean, he always been there and he always held. And man, I don't think it's a better third down back in the league.
I told people from the beginning of the season they didn't want. Julius did not want to listen to me. He told me Hill sucked. He told me Bateman sucks. And after we win the Super Bowl, I need an apology.
So look. I'm gonna say this because Lev's right. He's calling me out, so I'm gonna let the people know. I was not on the Justice Hill hype going into the season for what you just said. He had always been there to me. And to me, I had watched way too many Ravens offenses in the past solely make Lamar Jackson be the run game. So I wasn't convinced that they had any answers at running back. I was on the boat. Get rid of Dobbins, get rid of Edwards, get rid of Justice Hill. They all suck. They're not helping Lamar out. Justice Hill's proved me wrong this season. I give it to him. He's been a great third down back. He's been great not only just receiving, because that's what I thought was his specialty, but he's had some nice runs. Me and Lebub talked about it a little bit, so he proved me wrong. Bateman is trash. We're not
All right,
hyping
now
on
look
that.
here, look here, look here, look here, look here. I will not take any Batman slander or disrespect here. Okay, we gotta understand something. Bate just gotta be in his zone. Most of his clutch plays is him having a chance to open up like he should. Now he had past mistakes like that drop ball. I forgot what game it was. He let it bounce dead off his face. I forgot what game it was, but it made me think like, what are you doing? Okay, what are you doing? You proving me wrong. But can we not just point out the fact that he's been doing record breaking? I ain't saying taking nothing away from Zay, because at the end of the day, it's like Zay is the first. Ain't he the first in Ravens history to be a wide receiver pro
Yes,
bowl?
Is he the first
yes,
All
he
Pro in
is.
Ravens
He the
history?
first.
Really?
He the first
And the
ever in
wideout, yep.
Ravens franchise
What?
history wide
Hey,
receiver Pro Bowl.
Derek Mason didn't make all. Dang, that's
No,
crazy. That's
no.
crazy. Oh,
Raven first wide receiver Pro Bowl is Zay
oh
Flowers.
shout out to
Okay,
him.
so we witnessing history, folks. Okay, this is what I'm telling you. Chat, we witnessing history and we getting to discuss it. This right here is just amazing to me. All right, now hold up. But back to what I was saying about Bate. Can we not point out that most of these games where Lamar has perfect passer rating, he was passing to Bate. Bate was
Hey,
catching these junks. Most of his passing touchdowns on the cool that had the ridiculous yards on it. Come on now, man. I'm just saying. I ain't taking away from Zay because Zay had some pretty good passes. But if it ain't Zay on the long, that long stretch when he want to do a moon ball, who he trusts? If it ain't Zay, it's Bate.
Mr. Bateman.
It's Bate.
I don't know. I mean, I feel like that's tough to say, man. I'm because Bateman, he didn't have 1,000 yards this year. What he
He
did
was
have was
close.
touchdowns. I think he had like 9 touchdowns this year. But I feel
His
like
highest his career high.
but I really feel like even with the bad first half of the season, Mark Andrews is still that number 2 option. He had 11 touchdowns and didn't catch a touchdown till like what, week 7, week 8?
I mean, that's a given though, man. That's a given with Mark and man, top tight end in the league. Let's speak facts. I don't care what nobody else
Brock
say.
Bowers. Brock Bowers. Not playing.
No. He not there. He not there. He just a youngin. We gave him his shine. Okay, we're not gonna get the Raiders. All right, you got that. That's just like I said. Oh, you win the award, but you go home. All right, you good. We just gave you that. Then nah, we talking about who finna make it. Who
So
there?
normally, this is one of my rules of thumb. If we have to start talking about your tight end being one of your top receiving options, your receivers probably ain't got it like that. And that's just normally how I feel. That's just normally how I feel.
I think it's more on relationship than skill on
To
the
the
court. On trust than anything, because at the end of the day, if he looking around, he has to wait. All right, put it like this. If he got 3 seconds already coming out the pocket and then he see he has to wait, Bait running a route, but he has Mark right here dead to rights. He not gonna give Bait 2 more seconds just to throw him the ball. He shouldn't. Give it to Andrews because he's right there, and it's most likely he get them looks a lot. And he trusts Mark to catch the ball. So it's not like he don't feel like, oh, I need to just pass it to Mark mostly because he better. It be the look at the time, and most of the time, that's the look. So I don't think it's on that level.
you don't
Like,
think it's
oh,
offense? You don't think they're calling plays for Mark because they're like, hey, let Bait be the second, third option. Like we're gonna try to. That's just,
I mean, red zone options most of the time, probably. If we talking about Mark Andrews, red zone, yes, I would say that, of course. But we talking about pass plays, like we talking about second and 14 on the fucking 30 our way type or some, like they not. No, Mark Andrews is not the main. No, it's Bait or Zay. If Zay there, you feel me? Come on now, we what? Because that
I
was a
think
I like
fluke
that answer. I like it.
during the last game. That when Mark caught that and ran for like 70 yards. That was kind of like a fluke. I feel like that was like them making it happen.
Yeah,
That
make
was,
it don't
and
happen.
then Lamar's a playmaker, man. Come on, we can't. What the
Tell
fuck
him.
are we talking about right now?
Tell him again.
Anything. Most of the plays we see happen probably ain't the damn design play. It's Lamar.
Right. Just like that touchdown to Justice Hill, man. That was
Come
like,
on
wow, he's
now.
doing all this. Yeah,
Let's talk about the likely play, or the two great likely plays. The one on what was it, Houston, and the one on the Bengals.
on the Bengals, yeah, yeah,
Come on now, we talking about some
yeah.
real red zone killers.
I wanted to talk about Bateman a little bit because people don't realize who Bateman is. I actually didn't know who Bateman was, but fortunately for me, I knew the guy that actually drafted him. I spoke to him and I said, "Why Bateman?" Bateman was injured his junior year, his last year of college. He only played 5 games, right? That's why he dropped a lot. But if you look at his numbers his sophomore year, he had 1,200 yards. He averaged 20 yards per catch, and he had 11 touchdowns.
Hmm.
And he played in the Big Ten where defense runs the league. He played against Ohio State. He played against Michigan. He played against these big schools. Yes, he had this big injury, so it took him a while to get used to being in an NFL. Then he came to the NFL. It just happens, right? But if you look at his talent, the talent is there. The route running is there. So I am not worried of Bateman at all. And like I told Julius, he will have to do an apology after we win the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
We got listen. I want him to show me. All right, so he got to show me. And like I said, especially if Zay Flowers doesn't play in this game, the pass game is going to have to be a part of this game, regardless of how well the run is working. So we'll see. I'm a first person to admit when I'm wrong. So if I'm wrong about something and he shows me, I'll make the apology on the show.
I mean, it's crazy that we not gonna just acknowledge most of the regular season accomplishments and just sit
I
here and
don't
be
think he
like,
did
I mean,
anything
on top of the
crazy.
mistakes, it's not like he ain't made
I
up
don't,
for it in
I don't think he did
situations. It's
anything
crazy.
crazy. I think he had like a couple spectacular catches where I was like, whoa, okay, that was a good play. But I'm looking at the stats. I mean, 800 yards, 9 touchdowns, second or third receiving option most times. I don't know. If I really wanted to make y'all mad, I really could go through all the depth charts and see how many teams he's my wide receiver 1, 2, or 3 on.
Yeah.
But maybe we'll save that for another episode.
I'm saying you gonna have to catch me earlier to be going all,
That's what
what I'm
I'm
saying,
saying.
scientific and list right now. You doing me too bad right now. I do not feel like it at all. Cause at
So
the end of
look,
the day, I just don't want to hear it. Cause I'm
I feel
like,
it. I want to
Ravens. Oh my
we're
god.
gonna move on a little bit because I think there's a couple other things I want to get to before we wrap up here, and it's really moving on from the Bills game because obviously none of us are really giving the Texans a chance to beat the Chiefs, right? And so that's really what we're
Keep
looking at.
hope alive, brother. I'm
Now,
keeping hope alive,
so
brother.
I'm gonna be honest. If I'm Lamar and the Chiefs or Lamar and the Ravens, or if I'm Josh and the Bills, I probably want the Chiefs anyway. I want to beat the best and I want to get over that hump. I don't want the conversation to become, oh, they only won the Super Bowl because they fluked up and lucked up and didn't have to get through Patrick. And so I want to know what's going to be that key difference between this year and the years of the past. Why is this the year that the Ravens can not only win this game coming up this weekend, but can go into Arrowhead, into Chiefs territory, Chiefs kingdom, and take down Andy Reid, Patrick Mahomes, and the Chiefs? Whichever one of y'all want to go
I'm
first.
gonna say this first, and I'm gonna let my guy go because I don't have too much to say on the Ravens because we all know they starters are the referees. They starting lineup wears white and black stripes, so I don't really have too much to say. But this is the thing. This is how I know that we can defeat them when we meet them. We have learned how to play cleaner ball. That's it. We learn how. As long as we do not let penalties defeat us and keep playing clean, consecutive ball. I'm talking about real good football. The the Chiefs don't stand a chance. Nobody does. Only team that can defeat the Ravens is the Ravens. And I'm done.
Round of applause. Round of applause.
All right. You got anything to add to that, Leo?
I think it's going to be a close game. And I know people say, Lev, you only want to talk about kickers. But when it's a close game like this, and
That's
right
who matters.
now,
That's who matters.
that's who matters. Like, he knows. That's why I like him. He knows that's why you pay kickers. Julius didn't like paying kickers, and he figured it out.
we're not gonna act like the Chiefs don't have Harrison Butker now. Come on,
but but but
they're both money time when it's time. So I don't know if that's gonna be a difference.
so you have to listen. That's why you listen to Lep the whole way. You gotta let me finish. Let me finish it. Let me finish. You
I
got
digress. I digress.
listen to Lep. Listen to Lep. But Butker had a surgery, right? His knee does not look okay. His knee is buckling. The Chiefs are worried. Last field goal I saw Butker kicked. His knee buckled while he kicked the field goal. And if your kicker is injured, Butker buckles one more time. Tucker's not gonna buckle under pressure. I no. To be honest, Butker's hurt. Butker's not okay.
And then we got to take in consideration it's been almost a month since they done got on that turf against the real
Yeah,
ops. The
yeah.
real ops. I don't care how much you practice. It's
Butker
the
needs
ops
another
in the time.
surgery. Butker needs another surgery, and you can tell by the way he's kicking the ball. His knee is buckling every time he kicks. That's where I think the Ravens have an edge. I think it is going to come down who's going to play cleaner ball. To be honest, it's going to be a close game. Whoever had less flags, less interceptions, whoever missed less field goals, whoever punter can pin them deeper. It's going to come down to the little things. And I think the Ravens are going to win a close one. It can go either way. And I will say right here, a 56-yard field goal from Justin Tucker with 2 seconds left, and Leb is going to be singing, nah, 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 hey, goodbye. Watching all the Chiefs fans leave the stadium.
Who?
So look, I'm gonna say that I've been a big advocate for the Ravens all year. I think adding Derrick Henry was what was going to be one of the things that's a huge difference in the game because to me, again, like I said, the Ravens were so reliant on Lamar being their playmaker, passing and running. And so when it comes down to playoff football, having that option, having that big boy you can hand the ball off to, I think that it's going to make a big difference for them. And that could be
Game
the X
changer.
factor. It could be the game changer for sure, for sure. But I really want to talk about Lamar because you guys say playing a clean game and we're talking about penalties, but clean game also goes into turnovers. Lamar can't turn the ball over in this game like he has against the Chiefs in years past.
So we not acting like he ain't healed that. He amended that and he pointed that out. We literally focusing on making sure that we do not give, if we don't do anything, we do not give the ball up. Even if we get it down there to the angle and let JT go. If we let JT go, just let him go. Make sure we keep that option. That's all that matters. Do not give up that ball, man, at all.
I think this could easily be a trap game because you're right. Lamar addressed it. He's talked about it. And guess what? The numbers show it. He only did he throw like less than 5 interceptions this year, like total, four picks all year. And so I'm not saying that he hasn't stepped up and been like, okay, y'all want to talk mess about the turnovers, cool. But this is what I am saying. You go through this whole season, you don't have any turnovers. Let's say you get MV3 loading up, and then you go against the Chiefs and you have a 2 interception game losing. Let's not forget, this is Chris Jones. This is the Chiefs D line. They gonna be going after that boy.
Man, Chris Jones is washed. He washed. Oh. He gonna show you how he washed this time when it comes to the real ghost that's coming. It ain't his year no more, man.
I'm the biggest Chiefs hater in the world as a Raiders fan. I don't even know if I could sound that crazy.
I'm going for it. I'm going for it. I want him to have the most horrible game in his life when he meets us in the AFC Championship this year. Because at the end of the day, that's what then really dragged the Chiefs to 15, which is unbelievable still. Okay, it's unbelievable, but once again, we know who their starters are.
Right.
Because I'm gonna tell you something. I really don't understand how Mahomes got so many calls and Joe Burrow literally should be in the hospital indefinitely this year. Okay? Right. Joe Burrow is the most whooped quarterback in the league with the most least.
Their O-line is trash.
Huh?
Their O-line is trash.
Well, we gonna give it to the fact that I feel like they just gave up. They just gave up at some point, and they keep giving up. And I don't know what Joey doing over there. But that's a whole nother story. But I'm just pointing out that the flags that they get, the penalties that's given for the Chiefs is ridiculous, and it's really disgusting. And I hope somebody hear this that's on the whatever official board, whatever. Y'all should do something about these atrocities. This is crazy. It's like, what are we talking about here? And I don't want to see them no more, especially now. But hey, it's the postseason. It's the postseason. So hopefully we like I said, we play clean ball. We straight. I ain't worried about the Chiefs, man. It's they go home. We finna burn the kingdom down. It's over. I'm sick of it. No more Taylor Swift. No more Taylor Swift, okay? I want to see Lamar Mama
Hey,
jumping up and
don't
down.
let the Swifties see this clip, man. They're gonna cancel us instantly. We getting canceled on the TikTok.
If TikTok doesn't get blocked, the Swifties will block us.
honestly, we might have to post this clip first. That's gonna be how we do numbers. All the Swifties gonna be in the comments like, "What? Put her on the."
I'm tired of seeing her every time Kelsey get a first down. Okay, I'm tired of it. Every time Travis
Y'all
Kelsey
aren't.
get a first down, I see Taylor Swift hugging another guy. I'm like, okay, I'm getting rubbed. I'm getting rubbed. I'm getting rubbed the wrong way too many ways. Okay, for one, okay, I'm tired of seeing you, and another thing, you cheating on my guy. What's going on? Like, I'm starting to feel bad for Travis, and I really don't want to like him, but damn, I'm like, hold on, bro, hold on, don't be doing the man. You know, it's confusing. So yeah, I'm ready for that to get out the
Ready to be
door,
over
man.
with. All right. And there's a lot of people that probably agree. So y'all just rolling in the confidence. We're not a little bit nervous that the Chiefs are healthy. We get Pacheco, we get Worthy, we have Hopkins, Hollywood Brown back. This is probably the best and the healthiest the Chiefs have been all season. We're not gonna see their best football coming up.
I mean,
Hey, it's
I
okay
don't
to say
see.
no. Look, if you're like, nah,
I
fuck
no, I'm
that.
saying
Like,
I don't see a difference than last year or the
okay,
beginning of the season.
okay.
I don't see a difference because the early this season matchup was one of the most angriest yelling versions of me at a TV I've ever seen.
Are you talking about
Okay.
week one? Talking about week one when they played?
Man, I'm talking
Yeah,
about the opener. I'm talking about the opener, and it was
yeah.
really like I'm yelling at. I think my TV start crying because it thought I didn't like it no more. Type how I was yelling at the TV.
You wasn't more upset the next week?
I was, but it was like more. What are we doing? Then I ain't. We y'all at home. Okay,
Hey, I
y'all
had to,
in Cabo. Y'all
hey,
in
I had to
Cabo.
have
We
one
not
moment.
studying it.
All right, I
Okay.
had to just let me have my one moment. That's it.
You had
I'm
it.
done.
You
I'm
had
done.
it.
I'm over it.
You
I'm over
had
it.
it.
I'm over it.
Okay, and you had it. We moving on. Okay, now look.
We
This
moving
is
on.
my
We moving
point
on.
though. This is my point though. It's like I see what we capable of doing if we get clutch. We wasn't clutch. We wasn't clutch in that moment. We battled because we had the power. We had
Right.
the moment. We had it. But we wasn't clutch when we needed to be clutch at one moment. And that's what I feel like we worked on the most. When it matters, we will be clutch. We will step up to the plate and hit it right on the head. I have no doubt anymore because we know who we are. We was finding ourselves even in that game. We was like we was just hitting y'all with everything, hitting the Chiefs with everything we had. Like, okay, let's try this, let's try this. But now it ain't no try this. It's like, oh, we know
We
what
know
to
what
do.
it.
Do
Right.
this, do that. It's more of a difference now. Cool, in the growth at the same time. And can we understand we lost by a toe? We lost by a toe.
No, it was a close game. Well,
It
I
was a
actually
toe.
most of the points of the game, I thought y'all were gonna win it. To be honest, I thought y'all were gonna win the game. And I do love what you said too, because I agree. I think the NFL knew what they were doing, making that game week one of the season. This was a new Ravens defense, obviously adding Derrick Henry to the fold. This is going to be a much better Ravens team going into what would be the AFC Championship than going into the week one matchup. So I definitely see what you're saying. And I agree with you. I think it's going to be a whole different animal, and the Chiefs better come ready, not thinking, oh, we already, we know we can beat this team because we done it years past this season. Like, they better come
But
ready.
we can't take away though if everybody healthy, that's a scoring offense. Okay, that's a scoring offense.
I, I
Point blank. Period. I'm not gonna take that away from the Chiefs. If
what was the
the
score of
healthy
last year's
offense,
game?
Even Patrick, we can't sleep on Mahomes. Mahomes, I would never sleep on Mahomes. I can't stand him, but I would never sleep on Patrick Mahomes. He will make something happen, bro. And we have to take that in account. So we cannot slack on nothing but scoring, putting up numbers. Our defense, even if they lit up or they get tricked a little bit, long as we put up numbers and get it, don't let our defense get no stop. Oh, Lord, don't let them get no stop. Don't let them get no stop on the Chiefs. What are we doing? What are we talking about? What? We got the scoring offense. Let us get the. Let us stop. Let us stop some. Lock up some. It's over with for y'all. It's over with for the Chiefs. I'm telling you, it's gonna be catch up, and you ain't catching up.
The
I
score
personally
was
think. Go ahead. What you saying?
the score was 27-20. But I want to speak
Well,
numbers.
I was asking,
Go
I was
ahead.
trying to figure out last year's game, the AFC Championship game. What was the score?
Oh,
It was like 19-14 or something like that.
Nah, it was
yeah.
2010 or something.
No, we
2010.
lost. We lost by 7.
Okay, I didn't know. I know it was a low scoring game. Um, but that's what I was saying. I want to let you finish, Led, before I get into that next point. Go ahead.
I want to speak numbers because I like numbers and numbers don't lie. Numbers don't lie. Right? Numbers don't lie. That's why I like numbers. People lie. Math, numbers don't lie. So people listen to my numbers. When the Ravens run more than 14 times, when Derrick Henry have more than 14 rushes, the Ravens are undefeated.
Okay.
When the Ravens have less than 13 rushes, the Ravens have 5 losses. I don't see Derrick Henry running less than 14 times, guys. You know what happens when the Ravens run the ball? We control the time. You know what happens when we control the time? The other team has less possession of the ball. Yes, Mahomes, you might score 3 times if you have the ball 6 times. But what about if you only get full possessions in one half? Are you going to score every time? What about every possession you have now? It's extra pressure.
Well, in fact, I think the game early off the 35-10 game, I think the possession time was 31 minutes to like 20 something minutes, 27 or something like that minutes. Ravens way,
Yes.
Ravens way. In the run
Because
game was dominant. So you're right. Time of possession does win games. It seems like.
you know why? You know why? Patrick Mahomes is great in the field, but in the bench he can't do nothing. If he doesn't have the ball, if he's sitting in the bench, he's watching me. He could sit with me to watch Lamar Jackson do what Lamar does. I could buy him some tacos, some chips, some drinks, and we can watch together. We can watch together how the Ravens torture that defense. Tortured. So numbers don't lie. If the Ravens have 30 minutes of possessions, they have no chance of beating us. And let's make this clear. If the Ravens runs for over 150 yards, not the Bills, not the Chiefs, not the Lions, not the Eagles, not the Commanders, not the Rams, nobody is beating us. Because you cannot beat a team if you can't get the ball.
And I was thinking that, like, at the end of the day, once we do make it to the Super Bowl, unless it's somebody that's run dominant, like the Eagles, you know what I'm saying? The Eagles are who is really over in the NFC that's really a threat now and looking in these jumps. We done whooped.
Man, y'all jumping ahead to my next question. That's what it was. Is there any team in the NFC? What's the biggest threat in the NFC?
I feel like the Eagles. We know it. We know it with the other MVP candidate on the team. What are we saying?
Is it
We
is it
know it's
because
the
they
Eagles.
have the same rushing attack? Is that what it is?
That's the only. That's the only. Because I feel like that's the only thing that can wear us down. Like he just said, time of possession.
Time of
Come on
possession.
now, we just said it. That's the only
Yeah,
thing that probably can whoop us is keeping Lamar and Derek off that field.
true.
And
I agree.
Saquon can do that.
Right, I agree.
Saquon,
I,
he
I,
can do it. Cause look, which I doubt will happen. If the Commanders come their way, we destroyed them. What are you gonna do? What are we gonna do? And then our defense is gonna tear. I like
I mean,
JD5, but we gonna tear little Jaden Daniels
I
ass up.
mean, Detroit can run the ball now. David
I
Montgomery
like the
healthy.
Lions.
They got Jameer Gibbs. They can run the. Because they got two. I think that's what separates the Lions from any other team that's remaining in the playoffs. Is everybody else has these workhorse dominant running back. They got two boys who say, "Hey, we gonna
Mm.
interchange them out. These boys staying fresh. We got Sonic and Knuckles over here. I
Hey,
don't know."
Sonic and Knuckles. Look, Sonic and Knuckles was just like not even in my mind. I'm trying to forget them. Cause I be forgetting about Detroit.
I'm trying to.
I ain't even gonna lie, I forgot about Detroit. Let's keep it a buck. Detroit is OP. Okay,
Yep,
Detroit is. If I would say right by the Eagles. If we don't see the Eagles, of course it's Detroit. Detroit is who we will have
I
to.
like the Lions. I have Lions Ravens.
I've been calling Lions Ravens for a long time, and it's been
I
like
mean,
weeks.
cause they OP over there, bro.
Yeah,
like you just said, having Montgomery and Gibbs in that backfield is just
that's tough.
like us with Derrick Henry. It's like we got Derrick Henry. It's like both of them in one. You know what I'm saying? It's like we
Well,
got Lightning McQueen and they got Sonic and Knuckles. For
I
real, for real.
I
It's
I,
cra-
I think y'all have it in one, but I also think y'all have Lamar, right? So that kind of evens out because we no. Let's not forget now, Lamar can give you 100 yards off 12 carries. That sounds like
hey,
Sonic to me. You feel me? Like
that's why it's kind of more lethal because we know golf ain't a
he
mobile.
right, right.
He
He
ain't
ain't
a
going
mobile. So I'm guessing like cause Gibbs can catch too. You know what I'm saying? He can
right.
catch, you know what I'm saying? He can do some other stuff. So it's like, yeah, I get it, but it's like what can you do with the leader being all of that? He like Shadow. If you call
Yeah,
it
yeah,
Sonic and Knuckles, Lamar is Shadow. Okay?
yeah.
He's floating. He's not running. He's
I rock with it to
teleporting.
be honest.
Okay?
That's
They're
tough.
running super fast. Lamar is teleporting. He's Shadow. Okay? Let's
That's
get
tight. I
this
like that.
understood. So it's like, okay, all right, we'll see that. But like you said, the Lions, I will never hate on the Lions. I just hope we play a good game in the Super Bowl
Hey,
and they take it like a champ to the chin. Cause hey,
so
we
look, I
taking it.
I know we're trying to keep it positive, all good, but this wouldn't be back and forth if I didn't give a little bit of debate time. So we're gonna have a little bit more debate time before we go. I want to ask y'all a question. Let's say Lamar does it. He beats the Bills. I'm gonna give y'all. Let's say he beats the Bills by 10. You go in, you beat the Chiefs in a close game, wins the MVP. Everything's leading up to the Super Bowl. Do we still get the haters if they go into that game, play a good game, and happen to lose? Or is everybody off of his back because you got through Patrick, you got your third MVP? We can settle down now because not everybody wins their first Super Bowl. Or is it Super Bowl or bust? If he goes Super Bowl and loses, are we back on the he doesn't show up in the bit? Because I feel like people just like to hate on the kid, to be honest. And I could see that scenario where you finally do it, you beat the Chiefs, you get over the hump, and everybody's like, oh, but he still didn't win the big game. You see what I'm saying?
It's Super Bowl bust. If you want no hate, it's Super Bowl bust. Because we already know what people are going to say. People are going to say, you beat Mahomes, but can you beat him next year? Can you do it again? Because like it or not, making to the Super Bowl is not guaranteed. Like it or not, Henry is 29.
Good
Like
point.
it or not, we know quarterbacks that have made it to the Super Bowl and never made it back. So like I said, Lamar, this is his year. He's in a mission. On a mission.
All right, all right. I agree exactly with everything he said. It's just the fact of like, I mean, getting over the Patrick Mahomes hump would be something like I wouldn't be like he oh you just I wouldn't be completely mad at not getting the ring. I would say more disappointed than mad.
Okay.
I would be disappointed in Lamar for not finishing. I wouldn't be like mad, like I can't believe him. I would still hope, like have hope for the following season. I would, I still would, because we got Derrick Henry for a whole another year. You know what I'm saying? As long as he stay healthy, stay good, we got a chance to go on the two peat. Got a chance to go on the double run. You know what I'm saying?
Feel it.
But I feel like he needs the ring. Not just to be like, I won. He needs the ring to solidify his legacy.
I
He
agree.
needs he needs that ring to solidify the idea of Lamar as a quarterback. As saying that quarterback, his style is is a could be set as a classic style like any other classic pocket sitting quarterback. Like he has to prove this is more than just Lamar being a Super Bowl winner. It's him proving that I'm I'm the new mold for quarterbacking. I'm dual threat is a way you can be a champion. Cause I mean, let's keep it a buck. Most of the argument really deep down is his technique, the way he quarterback, the way he do about it being a rushing quarterback. Is it Super Bowl worthy? Is it like legendary worthy? And he needs to prove that. Like for all the Cam Newtons, all the Mike Vicks, all that, he needs to prove that. That's what this ring really needs. So yes, I feel like it's a bust just because of that. Not based on like anything else. It's just like you have to prove the fact that like you are like a elite quarterback, and how you do it is accepts it. Like it's more to it. That's how. Yeah, I'm done.
Now I like that take. Actually, I think that was a dope take. Shout out to you. I think that's kind of why I've been rooting for Lamar in a sense, because it kind of is like that new age, new era quarterback, and that's one of the critiques. I think you're 100% right. Sure, it could be flashy. Sure, it could get you the stats. It could get you the time on ESPN. You make the highlight reel, but is it going to win you a Super Bowl? And a lot of the people who are, screaming Bills Mafia and all this stuff like that, all the old school Tom Brady fans, Peyton Manning guys, stuff like that, they're going to tell you no until they see it done. But when we see it done, then what can you say?
Exactly.
What can you say?
Exactly.
And he, unfortunately, because the guys that came before him, Michael Vick, Cam Newton made it to the big game, but he did not get it done.
But he didn't finish it, and he lost to
He
Peyton
didn't
Manning.
finish, and he lost to Peyton Manning. He
And
got
Peyton didn't
whooped.
even per se have a great game in that game, but it still gave the leeway of we saw a traditional quarterback
Proving
not
that
even
point. Proving that point.
Right. So I think you hit that spot on the numbers, man. I think that's why this Super Bowl is not only just as important to the Ravens and Lamar, but really to the league, really to the NFL, and to guys coming up, guys like C.J. Stroud. You know what I'm saying?
Justin Herbert.
Right. Guys who are trying to
Bo
come
Nix.
up. And
Jaden Daniels.
Hayden Daniels. You know what I'm saying? And Shador, Cam Ward. Hey, look, don't even worry about the people, what they gonna say, what they gonna talk about. They're gonna try to attack you this way, that way. Look, we up. We on.
Yeah.
You feel me?
Yeah.
So I would really love that for y'all. I would love it for Lamar. Like I said, I think the whole league disrespected him after giving Deshaun Watson a guaranteed $235 million, and then you're gonna say nobody wants to sign Lamar Jackson for something even close. I just can't understand it.
The disrespect was real, but look where we at now. We on the road to the Super Bowl to change history that he's already changed. So I mean,
And I think it's important for Lamar's legacy to win a ring as soon as possible, because, and like I said, a lot of people are going to disagree here. A lot of people are going to say, "Leb, what the hell are you talking about?" But like I said, I look at numbers. Numbers don't lie. And until Lamar Jackson get it done, his legacy is not better than Joe Flacco's. It's just not. He got to win a ring.
That's tough.
If you look at Joe Flacco's numbers in the playoffs, if you look at his wins, he got it done.
I don't know if that's
and
fair,
until Lamar Jackson getting done, Joe Flacco is still my number one quarterback in Ravens history, because he have one of he got a ring that Lamar doesn't have it. And I get it.
I look, when you bring up Joe Flacco in the Baltimore conversation, we have to give him straight utmost respect, because he brought us a ring. So
he beat Brady.
Until Lamar does that, no, he is not. He is not Joe Flacco. No.
I would save that conversation for the end of the career. Here's why. I think me and Lev have talked about this before, but I think a lot of times we're so in the moment, in the now. We gotta realize how young this dude really is still. Like,
I get that. That's why I say. I mean,
even if, let's say, worst case scenario, even if they lose this game coming up to the Bills, I'm not finna write off Lamar Jackson today and say, oh, he didn't win it this year, he's never gonna win a Super Bowl.
No, that's what I said. No.
So I feel like that conversation, because Joe Flacco still only has one, and he had Ray Lewis, Ed Reed.
But that's why I said already. For now, like in the rankings right now,
in the right now, okay,
it's Joe Flacco, Lamar. And you want to think about it also, Joe Flacco had a Mahomes in his time. He had Brady, and he sent Brady home. And actually, it should have been he sent Brady home twice, because the year before we lost because I don't even want to say his name, couldn't make a fucking field goal. And that's why we got Tucker the next year. He should have 2 rings.
But can we be honest, though? Soon as Lamar does have a ring, he skyrockets past Joe
He
Flacco.
Oh, he
skyrockets.
does.
Yeah,
No, he does.
As soon as he
he
gets
does.
that one ring, he skyrockets past Joe Flacco. It's like it's like something holding his rocket down until and the rocket right there where Flacco at. As soon as he get the ring, it's like it's over with. It's out of here, bro. Like
I agree.
all the accomplishments, all the man, come on now. All he need is
But
a ring. Yes, he gonna go down
but
as
the
the
one
greatest Raven in history at that point.
but the one thing we have to talk about Joe Flacco that a lot of people don't is that Joe Flacco wasn't like Chris Paul. He wasn't a regular season guy. He was a playoff guy. Joe Flacco's numbers skyrocket in the playoffs. It's like regular season, he didn't show up in the playoffs. He averaged 300 yards. He was a man among boys in the playoffs.
The
And until
defense carried him that year. You not lying. The defense went ham that year. That was right. That was Ray and Reed, no man. Carried them boy, man. My daddy was watching it, and I was watching it with him.
it was, and when Lamar gets it done, it would be Lamar 1, Joe Flacco 2. But until he doesn't get it done, it is Joe Flacco 1, Lamar 2.
Yeah, yeah.
I
give you that
can't
one.
look.
I give you that one.
I know y'all want a Super Bowl, and I'm not even gonna be. I can't even say it now. Lamar,
And we're gonna get it. And we're gonna get it.
He's already the best. I can't say a quarterback that I watched dump the ball off to Ray Rice on 4th and 29 is better than Lamar Jackson. I can't say that. I just can't.
But
I mean, stat wise, I wouldn't be like able to be like, oh, it's him now. But I know he's him. I'm just waiting for him to carve it in the stone. That's all I'm waiting for. I know it. Like
right.
I've argued it so much, man. I'm just waiting for him to show. That's it.
Yeah, I think winning. Yeah, you're right. It completely supplants. And if Lamar wins, I mean, honestly, we got to start putting him in the like. He's not one of the best. We might have to say he's the best quarterback in the NFL.
Thank you. History. Point blank. Period. In history.
Ooh, you know,
I can't do that just yet.
No, I know. That's why I say I'm holding back on the game. I'm holding, but think about it. If he gets the ring and go on the momentum to get another one with his already accomplishments.
If he goes back to back, then we could have the conversation. He's the greatest ever.
Great. Thank you. That's why I said I'm waiting. I'm waiting for him. Wait for him.
I would absolutely love to put him in there. So we just got to see. We just
back to back, like Jordan in the 90s.
Because I do think that right now with the Chiefs have been, of course, but Lamar has the chance to surpass Patrick Mahomes. I feel like just from what he's done with the statistics, just from his leadership standpoint, and just from the teams that he's had versus. And I think he can say in this era he can end up being better than Patrick.
Would the 3-peat for the Chiefs in Mahomes be equivalent to the Bulls run?
Oh yeah.
Would it be equivalent to that? Would like that? Cool. So we saying Jordan 6 wins is the equivalent of 3 championships for the NFL.
Here's why. It's the one reason why.
Because nobody's done it.
We've seen 3-peats in the NBA. We've never seen a back-to-back Super Bowl champion. So if you're the first team quarterback coach to ever do something in history, oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I feel it. Because Tom Brady couldn't even pull that off. He jump skipped and still got him.
Right. So Tom Brady has a lot in decades at a time periods.
Yeah, that's why I say gaps.
Yeah, but how we regard Tom as GOAT stature, this and that. They didn't get 3, so the first team to get 3, that's gonna be GOATs all across the board. That's why we can't let it happen. It just can't happen, man. I don't rock with the Chiefs like that, bro. They can't.
I don't.
They can't do it, bro. Hey, I don't know if y'all got any other questions that y'all want to kind of just circle around.
I actually got to run, bro. I told my wife, Ben came in here like, hey, man, come here. I was like, nah, it's too good. It's too good. I'm not getting up. But yeah, if I can run, man, I'm finna go and get out of here, man. And like I said, bro, I really feel like this our run, this our time. And before I leave, I want to thank y'all guys. You know what I'm saying? Appreciate y'all for having me on, bro. Like if y'all ever want me to come on again,
Yeah.
man, I'm here. You know what I'm saying? Especially during this postseason, the playoffs. I'm whenever I'm coming to pop
And
my
and
you
and
know what I'm saying?
if the Ravens win the
Yeah, come
Super
back when they
Bowl,
win the bowl.
when we win the ball, we gonna be.
Come back when
Oh
they
y'all,
win the
hey,
bowl.
I'm throwing a party on this thing. I'm gonna hit y'all hit me. It's gonna be confetti, gonna be music. I'm gonna have people in this thing drinks. We gonna be turned. I'm gonna be like, hey, y'all was popping. I'm
Yes,
reporting
sir.
live from the party. You hear me? We in this thing turn. You hear me?
Oh
Shots,
yeah.
shots. We gonna drink. Oh man, we gonna be kicking it, boy. I told y'all. I'm gonna be yelling at the internet. I told y'all.
So
Hell
I,
yeah,
I just
bro.
wanted to say thank you for coming up, brother. I really appreciate it. Thank you for everyone watching. Like I said, I'm gonna put all his links in the bios as well. Go follow him. He talks all about the Ravens. He knows everything about the Ravens. He have lives on TikTok often. So if you want to go debate him, go ahead. And I'll be in there spitting facts too. You know, people need to hear the facts sometimes. But I'll let everyone go. You guys have a great day, and this has been Back and Forth Sports.